Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Just Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Los Angeles Angels Rebuild here on MLB The Show 25. And ladies and gentlemen, stop where you are and just bask in the glory that the LA Angels, have won the World Series. 4-3. It took us all 7 of those games, and they were dramatic. But we won the World Series over the LA Dodgers. What a playoff run. It literally took us every single game of every single series just to win. We played as many games possible. The most amount of games you could play in a postseason, we played them. And we still came away with a championship. Our guys are tired. Our guys are drained. But just because we won a World Series this early into the franchise, which happens to be season number 3 of the LA Angels rebuild, just because we won a World Series does not mean we are going to rest on our laurels and go quietly into that good night. We are going to fire back in the offseason, trade Mackenzie Gore because he's dead to me, maybe even trade Luis Gil, but probably not. Tanner Beebe just won the Cy Young, so we're probably going to keep him around. We got to find 2 new people other than that. So we've got 2 guys that are pretty much guaranteed to be here, and Luis Gil and Tanner Beebe, whatever his name is. But Mackenzie Gore, gone. Tobias Myers, gone. Bobby Miller, gone. And then in terms of the lineup, we're going to keep O'Neal Cruz. The plan is to keep Luis Rengifo. I don't know if he's going to continue to regress or start to regress or continue to progress like he has been. Who knows? But the plan is to keep him. Devers is staying. Schwarber's on the last year of his contract, so we'll have to figure out what to do with him. Ohapi is a great player, and he's continued to grow, but we got this man right here, Eiley, who we did give the first base tag to in the last episode, so maybe he just swaps right over to first base, where John Kinsey is right now, because Eiley's making the big league club next year. He's making the roster. We've got Mike Trout, who finally, after all of these years of turmoil, and can he get the big one? He does it. Mike Trout is officially, look at all these accolades that he has. And we can add World Series champion to those accolades. Congratulations to the GOAT, to the greatest of all time, to the future Hall of Famer, Mike Trout. He's a world champion. We're going to keep him on the roster, but he's probably going to transition himself into a bench role because he's already a 75 and he's going to continue to get worse. So if he doesn't retire after this year, which is not a guarantee, if he doesn't retire, we're just going to transition him to a bench role, and he'll still be on the team on the big league roster, but he's not going to be a contributor like he was this past year. That's why I wanted so badly to win a World Series this year, which we did, because I wanted to say that we won a World Series with Mike Trout on the roster, and he was actually a contributor on the team that won. And he was. He had a great World Series. He had a great postseason in general. He was coming in clutch all kinds of times. And he was a big reason why we won the World Series. James Wood's obviously staying around. He's only going to get better. John Kenzie Noel's going to stay around, but he might be losing his spot. Although maybe he goes to right field when Trout goes to the bench, and then Eiley comes. So it could look like this. So Eiley goes to first, Trout goes to the bench, and we put John Kenzie at right field. That could be what it looks like next year. We'll see what happens. I don't know if that's what it's going to look like, because we still have Schonnel, who I do like, and he's getting a little bit better, but maybe he's a trade piece. Maybe we send Nolan Schonnel away to a new team for something else, maybe a starting pitcher. I don't know, but we got to start the offseason here. So if you go to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. If you're curious about offseason stats or the awards or anything like that, go take a look at the end of last episode, and you will see all of that good stuff. Let's advance and start officially the offseason here. Our contract has come to an end. I think that we'll be getting an offer, and we are, to be the new general manager, to be continuing the general manager job here in Los Angeles. But we could go to the Mets, the Mariners, the Orioles, or the Giants. All need our help in rebuilding their teams. But we are obviously a one-trick pony. We are staying with the LA Angels for 3 more years. No! Our manager, Ron Washington, has decided to retire. That's so sucky. Oh, we've had Ron the entire time so far. And there is no Mike Trout, so Mike Trout will stay around for another season. Clayton Kershaw makes the Hall of Fame. Good for him. But no, we lose Ron Washington. He wins a World Series and he retires. That's tough. We could go with Chris Woodward, who has +3 power, +3 power and +3 speed. I do like that. He might be the best option, actually, because everybody else doesn't necessarily give me stats that I like. Although +3 durability is not bad. That might help us out with injuries. But I think I'm going to go with Chris Wood, or at least offer him a contract. He's 51 years old. Nice little 4-year deal. Couldn't hurt. But we will drop it down to a clean $7 million. We'll see what he says to that. He does not like that. Never mind. Hold on. He doesn't like the 4-year deal. I can give him a $8 million on a 3-year deal. He likes that a little bit better. Okay, we're going to have to be a little bit stingy with our, or be a little bit more fluid with our money here. We'll give him $9 million. How's that? There we go. Chris Woodward likes the $9 million contract. I think it said we needed a farm director too. Yeah, we need a farm director. We could go with Gabriel Padilla, who has the +3 speed. I might go with that durability guy, actually. Is he over here? Or maybe there's somebody else that has... So, Irving, the -2 hits per 9's not great, but it might not matter that much. I think I'm going to offer this guy a contract. We'll see if we can get him on $3.5 million. He does like that, but I'll bump it up a little bit. I'll go to 4. He likes that a lot. Okay, so we should be able to hire 2 new coaches, including a new manager. We've got 3 exclusive free agents, which is Ranifo, Schwarber, and Mitch Garver. We'll bring Mitch Garver back simply for depth purposes. We've got... I do want Schwarber back, I think. I can get him cheaper than the qualifying offer. Schwarber had such a good year last year. But is that going to be around... Is he going to have a good year next year? Like, is that going to continue? I don't know. I'll offer him a 1-year deal. We'll see what he says to that. And then Rengifo, I do want to keep around. What's the qualifying offer on him? 1 year, $24 million. We can get him cheaper than that. Let's do a 4-year deal, but bump the money up a little bit. I'll give him a clean 60. We'll go $15 million per year. I think that's fine for what he's been doing. He's been so good since we started this series, so we're going to keep him around for a little while longer. Those are the 3 exclusive teams, or exclusive free agents. We are not going to obviously rebrand the team or anything, so let's actually start the offseason. Chris Woodward, we have our new manager, and he's got a tough task. I mean, he's got to come in as the new manager after we just won a World Series. The guy that just won it retired. I mean, you're leaving a pretty big legacy there, Ron. And now Chris Woodward's got to fill those shoes. That's tough. Irvine is our new farm director. That's huge, so we get that +3 durability. And we have now reached the opening ceremonies of free agency. That's pretty huge. Let's take a look at the budget. We have $33 million. That could obviously be more if we choose to trade Mackenzie Gore, which we are absolutely going to do because I hate him. But let's just take a little peek at what free agency has to offer. We got a lot of tendered contracts. We got some big arbitration deals, so we can't go too crazy with spending money in actual free agency. But let's just take a peek at what it's got. William Contreras is the best player in the top 150. Logan Gilbert's interesting. Ooh, I do kind of like that deal. That's interesting. Luis Robert, 92 overall. In what world? In what world is he 92 overall? That's kind of crazy. Sandy Alcantara, Adley Rushman. Ooh, but we don't need a catcher. He must have got hurt. He's been hurt the past 2 years, it looks like. Maybe the past 3 years. Oh, Adley. What's he asking for? He's not asking for that much. We might be able to bring in the 30-year-old. That might not be a bad idea. I know he can't play first base. Maybe it is a bad idea to bring him in. We don't necessarily need him, but we can get him so cheap. We can get him so cheap. All right, so what about starting pitches? So we got Gilbert, Alcantara, Shane McClanahan, Justin Steele. Might not be a bad shout to get Justin Steele, although he had a wild up and down season. A little bit too high of a whip for me. Clark Schmidt, he always simulates pretty well. At least he used to. I don't know what this is all about. Carlos Rodon, Zach Eflin, Nick Lodolo, Bailey Ober. Okay, so we don't want anybody down there. What about relief pitchers? I wouldn't be opposed to bringing another bullpen arm. Closing pitcher. We've got some catchers. There's the big dumper. First baseman. Second baseman. Ozzy Albies is here. Third base is not really that much. Shortstop. There's only one shortstop in the top 150. Left fielders. There's Luis Robert. Seiya Suzuki. Seiya Suzuki could be pretty cool. How good of a season? He had a pretty decent season last year. I don't know. I don't really know where to go. So, we don't need shortstop. We don't need left field. We don't need catcher / first base, possibly. We don't need third base. We don't need center field. We're hopefully going to bring back Rengifo. What is this? This must be DH. Oh, it's because Schwarber's gone. That's why. This team's super good. What do we need? We might not need anything, actually, except for pitcher. And maybe Seiya Suzuki in right field? Would that be a better option than John Kenzie? We just put John Kenzie on the bench then? That's a possibility. We'll keep an eye on that. As far as starting pitchers go, I definitely would not be opposed to bringing in at least one, maybe even two. But if we go to make a trade here, Mackenzie Gore getting traded for who? I don't know. I just know that he is going to be out the door Gonzo Alonso because he failed me in the playoffs. I could not trust him. I simply could not consistently trust that man in the playoffs, so we will look for somebody new. Maybe it's a Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller had a monster season. Ooh. Do we think he's going to do that again? Because that is a fantastic year. Wow, okay. And we can get him pretty easily, too. Ooh, we'd have to re-sign him, obviously. But that's quite the... They got Spencer Strider and Terry Skubal? That's crazy. Strider didn't have that good of a year, though. Perez, Senga, Christopher Sanchez, Mitchell. Who's Mitchell Parker? All right, he had sucked, but I don't know who he is. There's Imanaga, Hunter Green, Freddie Peralta. There's Skeens. Paul Skeens. Can I get you? Is it possible? Hold on. Hold all the horses. Put the horses in the back. Is it physically possible to get Skeens? Not even Rafael Devers gets it done. James Wood, but like I said, I'm not trading James Wood. Okay. All right, I get the idea. Skeens is a little untouchable. Makes sense. It's Paul Skeens at the end of the day. I just wanted to throw it out there. Just wanted to test the waters. Test the old H2O. See if it was possible. Logan Webb had a good year. I might go back to that freaking jabroni. Where's he at? Bryce Miller. He had a monster season. 16 wins, and he had a 2.43 ERA with a 103 whip. Whip? That seems like it's a no-brain skis. Could we also get Brian Wu? I wouldn't mind getting both of them. I could give you Tobias Myers or Bobby Miller. What about if I do that and then I toss in... Maybe I toss in a little Nolan Schonnel? Or Jacques Caglione? No, we're probably not going to be able to get both Brian Wu and Bryce Miller. That's okay. We don't need both of them. I just was kind of hoping they wouldn't value him that much, but they do. Respect. I respect it. Who do I give back in return? Probably Mitch Garver. I know we brought him back on a new deal, but no, we'll keep him around. We need the bodies, but we don't necessarily need all of these second basemen. Graham Masterson does not need to be on the team, so this gets it done. We'd have to re-sign Bryce Miller, but hopefully he's cheaper than $29 million. Boom! Bryce Miller coming off of a fantastic season. I'm hoping he can do it again. Mackenzie Gore will go play for the Mariners. All right, now it's Tobias Myers' time to get traded. Bye-bye, you big dog. Who are we going to get for Tobias? Who's it going to be? Maybe a Rhett Lauder type? Do we just kind of bank... Oh, Chase Bird sucked. Do we kind of bank on the fact that Rhett Lauder is going to get better? His walks per nine and his Ks per nine are not amazing. Do I trust Rhett Lauder's ability to develop? He's going to simulate a little tough, as you can see. But maybe in the right system, he could be good. The Reds never simulate very well. We'll come back to Rhett Lauder. That could be a possibility. We'll come back to Rhett Lauder. What about Jared Jones? His per nines are already in a better spot, and he's already proven he can simulate a little bit better. Maybe Jared Jones is the better option. I've never had Jared Jones on a team before. How old is he? He's 26. Lauder's 25, but he's already proven he can at least simulate a little bit better. This could be our option right here. Let's try to send somebody away. Maybe it's Robert McDowell. And then maybe it's... Actually, you know what? Maybe it's Kevin Biggio. That's probably a better option. And then maybe we send this dude or this dude or this dude. Is there anybody that pushed this across? I'm not sending Nelson Rada. We got a lot of bad players. That's a problem. They don't have a lot of value, do they? I would be considering that dude. I'll take away Kevin Biggio. And maybe there's a combination of players I can get now. Oh, Kyron Paris pushes this across. I think I'm going to do this deal for Jared Jones. Boom. We've got 2 new starters, Bryce Miller and Jared Jones. We got to get rid of Bobby Miller. That's just an absolute guarantee. I don't know why I had him on the roster in the first place. So who is that final piece to this roster? Or at least in the starting rotation. Who is it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? Somebody I can trust. Somebody I can put my faith into. And preferably somebody that's already under contract I don't have to re-sign. But I guess we'll figure that out. Let's see. Who is it gonna be? Not a lot of people this early in free agency have contracts, so that's a problem. We might have to wait on the Bobby Miller trade until more people sign their deals. Because I honestly don't know who I want. Or who I want to try to go after. Christian Scott doesn't simulate very well. We've had Adrian Painter plenty of times before in these series before, so probably not him. Casey Mize, Ranger Suarez. There's Tobias. I thought I sent Tobias back to the Brewers, but he's on the Pirates now. Benny and the Jets. Who do I want here? The Dodgers have just a treasure trove of players. But we don't need any of them because we beat them, so we're better than them. Cade Povich? Povich? I don't know, maybe. Braxton Garrett, Eduardo Rodriguez. Who do I want to bring to the club? Ricky Tiedemann? He sucks. I don't know if there is a guy that I want to bring. At least not initially right here. We could go for Gerangelo. That might be fun. I think we go for Gerangelo with other players. I don't think we get him with Bobby Miller. He's definitely not going to be a starting pitcher for us this season, like on the big league club. Chris Sale. Osvaldo Bido. Did not pitch very well. Man, I don't know if I have an idea. AJ Smith Shaver? We might buy low on him and maybe he's better. That's definitely an option. We could go for like a Noble Meyer type. We definitely know that he progresses for sure. Noble Meyer, are you the guy? Are you the guy for me? That might be the guy. I know for a fact that Noble Meyer develops. I've seen it happen plenty of times before. He could be our guy. Tough. I think we're going to hold off on the Bobby Miller trade for right now. Let's just hold off on it for right now. We made some big trades. We need to go and get all these arbitration deals offered and then figure out where our money situation is. So I'm going to go do all this right now, and I'll be right back when it's done. All right, I've gotten it all done. We have tendered everybody's contracts. We have offered arbitration to everybody, and that leaves our budget in an interesting spot. It definitely leaves our budget in an interesting spot because remember, we have to leave open some space to be able to afford all of these arbitration deals. I mean, we're paying a lot of arbitration money. We've got $9 million on Bryce Miller, $16 million on Oneil Cruz. Jared Jones has got $9 million. Hoppy's got 10. Tanner Bibee has 15. So, I mean, it's not like we're offering cheap arbitration deals. So if we go in here to free agency, maybe, just maybe, we don't have to trade for that final pitcher. Maybe the free agency gives us that final pitcher we're looking for. Is there any pitcher that doesn't need exorbitant amounts of money? I don't think any of these pitchers. John Means is a very interesting player. He always simulates well because his walks per 9 are very high. That's an intriguing one. I don't know if I want to waste the money, though, on him. Luis Castillo is interesting. Do I want to go with Luis? I think maybe we could revive his career, possibly. He's not had a very good season since, like, 2023. I could definitely see Luis Castillo being our guy for at least a season, or maybe a half a season. Until the trade deadline? I don't know, that's possible. The only other guy that I'm interested in is Seiya Suzuki. I kind of think the Seiya Suzuki trade or signing would be pretty interesting. We could do the Luis Robert thing, but they've already got a qualifying offer, so we'd have to give up a draft pick if we signed him. And I don't think we have the money to sign him and then bring back everybody else as well. But Seiya Suzuki, I'll put on the board, and I will also put. Castillo and what's his face? Oh, we need to go to pitchers. Where is he at? I'll also put him and John Means on the board. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that, but we will do these things. So that's a right-handed pitcher. That's a left-handed pitcher. That's a righty with more contact. So let's go to team needs. We'll go righty, contact, righty, lefty. John Means. So we can't boost up. It doesn't. Oh, we can boost up Castillo with the power pitcher. So if we go that, we can boost up Castillo. We can also boost up, say, Suzuki. We'll do that. Okay. So, yeah, I like that a lot. I don't know if I'm going to go after those guys or absolutely guarantee that we're going to get those guys, but that's what we're thinking. So Jared Jones, the trade's been completed. The Bryce Miller trade's been completed as well. We'll keep simulating here deep into free agency. We can offer contracts now. We've offered arbitration, obviously, to all these guys. The tender contracts, everybody's done. We're just waiting on that arbitration deal. All right, so, the Mariners are going after Adley. Oh, I mean, Adley is cheaper than he should be, but it's because he's been hurt the past 2 years. He's missed a lot of games. He missed over 100 games each year. Oh, I'd be doing myself a disservice if I wasn't interested in him. But we don't need him. We have Ailey Perez. We have Logan O'Hoppe. It just sucks that the position he plays, the only position he plays, is the one position that we have covered so well. I'm going to say not interested. That sucks. I am interested, but I'm going to say not interested. All right, so we are currently waiting on verifying some of these guys. We have a 58% on Luis Castillo. We could offer Castillo a contract right now. Offer him a contract. 1 year, $15 million seems a little crazy, but we could dump that at the deadline if we need to. Maybe I'll go up to 16. I know it sounds even more crazy, but I'll go up to $16 million for a season. We can always dump that contract at the deadline if we have to. Luis Robert will sign with our crosstown rivals, the LA Dodgers, on an 8-year, $243 million deal. And here comes the decision on Luis Castillo. He's going to be an angel. Light that baby up. I'm joining the Halos. Welcome aboard, Luis. That means that we don't need Bryce Miller anymore. Or not Bryce Miller. We don't need Bobby Miller anymore. Too many Millers. We don't need Bobby Miller anymore because we have Castillo. So Luis Hill will be our ace, then Bryce Miller, then Jared Jones, then Bybee, then Castillo. Okay. We'll see how those guys pitch, and we will... how many... Does he have any... Hold on, let me go to the main roster here. Does he have any options on his himself? No, he doesn't have any options. So either we send him down and he gets taken, or we just trade him. Maybe we trade him for some cap space. That could be a possibility. If we need some extra cap space flexibility, maybe that's when we take away big old Bobby. So we'll keep him on the team for now. Let's keep simulating a little bit. Shane McClanahan's going to the Red Sox on a 7-year, $225 million deal. Johan Duran, 4-year deal with the Braves. Okay. Today's the day to offer contracts. Nope, that's not the right thing. We're at 48% on Seiya Suzuki. We can't offer him until 50%. And we can't offer John Means until 50%. He's at 36. I don't think these guys are going to be much of a threat to go anywhere else. So I think we're pretty safe there. Let's just keep moving. We got the 40-man roster. We got to make sure the 40-man is set to go. Who do I want on the 40-man? Richard Tuttle's already a 75 overall. Wow, he's got some power, especially against lefties. Okay, this guy's definitely playing AA baseball next year, that's for sure. Albert Myers. Ooh, who are you? How did I get you? 2027 round 3? I don't remember drafting you, but you look actually right out the gates pretty good. Maybe our draft wasn't as bad as I kind of thought it was. I don't know. Looks like we got some decent players in Class A. They're going to play AA baseball next year, that's for sure. Okay, are there anybody in AA that I want on my 40-man roster? Jonathan Ertl. Maybe. I don't think he gets grabbed in the 5th-year player draft, though. I don't think any of these guys do. What about the AAA roster? Yes. Connor Brogdon don't care about. Brito don't care about. I think we're pretty good. Everybody that's on the 40-man that I care about, or everybody that I want on the 40-man is on the 40-man, except for Josh Garcia. All right, he's not on it, but we'll take off Matthew Lugo, remove him from the 40-man, and put Josh Garcia on there. Perfect. Everybody else is fine. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Usually I have to take a little bit more time on that. Santi Alcantara is going to the Giants. He's going to the Bay for 3 years. William Contreras signs a 5-year deal with the Tigers. Okay. Very interesting. We've already offered arbitration to everybody, so we're good there. Hopefully this next time we can offer contracts. Wilson Contreras. So William gets signed, and his brother Wilson gets traded from the Cardinals to the Dodgers. It would have been funny if he got traded to the Tigers. But for Evan Phillips and Alex Freeland. Okay. So the Contreras brothers are on the move, and we can finally offer contracts again. Logan Gilbert still hasn't signed. We're not interested in Brandon Marsh, but we can now offer contracts to these two guys. Seiya Suzuki we're going to start with. Ooh, that would... Ooh. Okay, maybe we can't get Seiya Suzuki. Because if you can see up there, the available money to spend is $31.49, but the budget after we offer this contract is $9.79. And remember, we still have a bunch of money to offer or to give up in arbitration, so Seiya might not be a possibility. John Means we can't offer just yet. Okay, we're going to have to rethink that one. And like I said, we can still... Justin Steele goes to the Mets for a 3-year deal. We can still dump off the... We can still dump off the Bobby Miller deal. Or maybe not. Oh, that's right, because he hasn't done arbitration yet. Darn it. Suck. You big suck ball. Okay, we'll have to figure this out. A day to offer contracts. Let's keep moving. Seiya Suzuki, it's now or never. No! Seiya Suzuki on our big board is rumored to be close with these teams. Oh, that's not good. I think we're just going to have to let him go. I need the guys that are in arbitration talks right now. I need them more than I need Seiya Suzuki, so we're not interested. I hate that. He's signed with the Cleveland Guardians on a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. We just couldn't afford that. That sucks to suck, but we just simply could not do that. We are not going to be in the draft because we had won the World Series, so we had the worst pick. That's okay. I'd rather have the World Series than a first-round pick, or early first-round pick at least. The Blue Jays stay at number 1. The White Sox stay at number 2. The Orioles move up 7 spots. They had a 1.8 chance, and they move up 7 spots. Okay, good for the Orioles. Carlos Rodon signs a 2-year deal with the Twins. Adley decides to go with the Mariners. A 5-year, $86 million deal for Adley. Very interesting. Today's the Rule 5 draft. Shane Drohan gets picked by the Blue Jays, but nobody on our team's gotten taken so far. That is totally fine. Perfect. We are good to go, and we are continuing. The next important thing is the last important thing, and that is the arbitration deals. Those are the last things that we really care about. Logan Gilbert finally signs with a team, and it's the New York Mets, who have already spent a decent amount of money this year in the offseason. They're going kind of wild, kind of buck wild, you could say. I don't think anybody else. Who's this? Luke Jackson? Not interested. Sorry, big dog. 86% on John Means. I do kind of like John Means, but I just think we got to save that money. I mean, look at these arbitration deals. We got to pay so much money. We might not even have enough money to pay all these guys, depending on who signs first. So we gotta be careful with that. And here comes February. Here are the deals. The 14th is the most important day. Here we go. So the panel sides with Tanner Bybee. We're paying him $22.5. The panel sides with us for Jose Suarez. The panel sides with us for Bryce Miller. I got too many Millers on my team. So we get 2 guys. Paul Skeens lost the hearing? Really? That seems a little crazy. I don't think he's going to lose his hearing in real life. If he even makes it to arbitration. Tanner Bybee, we got locked up. He's on the last year of his deal, though. This is the last year of arbitration for him. Miller's got 1 more year. All right, we got some interesting things happening here. The panel side with us for Bo. The panel sides with us for Brock. The panel sides with us. Nope. The panel side with Nolan Schonel. We're paying him $7 million. They sided with Sam Bachman. They sided with Gonzalez. They sided with Orion. Not shocked. Jared Jones, they sided with him as well. That's $17 million. There's Bobby Miller. We are now down to $8 million. We are down to $8 million in available budget. And we still have a couple of guys left. 2 more days of arbitration deals. This might have to be the time to make that salary dump for Bobby Miller. It's only $780K, but that $780K could come in clutch. So what kind of prospects can I get for Bobby Miller? Give me something decent. Give me something worthwhile. I'm not seeing any prospects that tickle the old fancy. There's a couple of B potential guys, but they're not ideal. Owen Cassie. Casey? I don't know. That could be decent. I don't hate that. Vincent Pryor. Ooh. But he's 23 already. John Banks. 24. Ralph Potter. All right, we're getting decent prospect options here, but nobody that's like jumping off the page. Nobody that's jumping off the page. Houston Mills. Can I do my own trade for a youngster? What do we need? Do we need a young starting pitcher? We have Caden Dana. We have Thomas Gillian. We have Marco Rea. We have Albert Myers. And then Yamazaki. We actually have a decent amount of young starting pitching. We could use a young third baseman. Do we have a young third baseman that we could grab? Is there a young prospect third baseman out here? Maybe this guy? Hiroshi Oka? Maybe. What about Theo Gillen? Ooh, I'm intrigued. Tickle me intrigued. He's got decent power for a 22-year-old. Decent contact. He could be something for. He can play a lot of different positions. That's actually pretty solid. I might consider that. We'll come back to him. Cam Collier, we know he's decent. We've also got Trent Calvello. Ooh, he's got really good contact out the gates. Okay, at least against lefties. I'm intrigued by him. What about anybody else? This Kalen Culpepper dude, he's already 25. He is developing at a very good pace. But at 25, I don't like that. Cam Smith. Bobby Benedict. Bobby Benedict can rip a baseball. He's got power for days. And he's only 19. Ooh, Bobby Benedict. That seems like quite the option there. I like him, and I like that other dude from the Durham Bulls that we looked at. Jack Olson looks like he's ready to go right away. He's got some power. He's got some contact. Ooh, I like Jack Olson too. Obviously, Matthew Beaty's going to be good. Ken Baker. Ken Baker's got good contact, good vision. All right. I think I have some options here. I really like that one dude from the Durham Bulls, Theo Gillen. I like this guy a lot. He's got a lot of potential. I like him. I also like that one dude. Was it Jack Olson? Yeah, Jack Olson. I like this guy. I also like Bobby Benedict. So what do we do here? I think we obviously have to try for Jack Olson first because he's the best one out of the bunch. So if we're able to finesse a trade for Jack Olson, that would be pretty sick, but I think he might be a little bit out of our range. Just a slight bit out of our value. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to be able to get him. So what we do is we pivot back to maybe Bobby Benedict because he's got a lot of power. This guy looks like he's real decent. But that C potential is a little sketchy. Do I go with him or do I go Theo Gillian? If I can find him. Here he is. Maybe I can get both? Let's try to get both. We'll start with Theo Gillian because I do like him. We'll toss in... Who do I toss in? Maybe this guy, Dario. Let's just toss this guy in. We get Theo Gillian in that trade. Perfect. And then we go back and we talk to... Who was he playing for? The Mariners. We try to toss this in. He's got a lot of value, though. Rasmussen, Uceda, Bachman. Ooh, okay. If we toss in Hans Kraus, could work. What about Lasagna? Johnny Lasagna. We could toss him in. We'd probably also have to give up a pitcher. There's Escalona. I would be considering Michael Darrell Hicks. Ooh. So Yasniel Cedeno pushes this across. Why did I put a T on that? Pushes this across. And I don't think we necessarily need Yasniel. I think I'm going to do this trade. Boom. 2 big-time prospect third basemen. Theo Gillen and Bobby Benedict. I like those 2 guys a lot. He's got some crazy good power in that bat. And Theo's all around a pretty good player. And he can play so many different positions. So I'm okay with all that. And we freed up just that little bit of extra money that will hopefully get us able to sign the rest of these guys. So Edwin Uceda signs his deal. The panel sides with Ben Joyce. And then we move on to, this is the last day for all that kind of stuff. Hoppy signs his deal. I think he was the last most expensive one. Oh, no, it was O'Neal Cruz. I forgot about O'Neal Cruz. All right, so it didn't say we weren't able to sign any of those guys. Okay, so we were able to bring everybody back, but we're now in the red for money, which makes sense. We are expensive. But we shouldn't be expensive. Like, I know Mike Trout, once Mike Trout retires, it's going to be so much easier because he's making so much money. I wish you could restructure contracts in this game. That'd be pretty sick. Clark Schmidt signs a 2-year deal with the Cardinals. And that is going to be all of free agency. Advance to the regular season. We are ready to go for next episode. The rotation for next year will be Luis Heel, Bryce Miller, Jared Jones, Tanner Bybee, and not Caden Dana. I don't know how he made it to the bigs. We'll have to figure that out. It's going to be Luis Castillo, who is our starting pitcher here. Caden Dana is going to have to go to the... Oh, that's why he's up, because he has no more options. Okay. You should have kept him down in the first place, stupid game. So we'll keep Caden Dana up here, because I think he'll get grabbed if we try to. Marco Reyes already on the thing. Albert Myers is totally playing Double-A baseball this year. Absolutely. So is Leo Dominguez. All these guys are going to play Triple-A baseball. Perfect. The bullpen is a little full. Sam Bachman, I think, needs to be up here. Kraus does not. We'll put him through waivers. Taylor Rogers, I'm fine with having him up here, but I kind of want Bachman up here. But if we have Caden Dana in the bullpen, it's kind of full. So if we put Castillo up here. Yeah, we've already got Kirkerine, Bo, and Ryan Helsley. Then we got Usaida, Rasmussen, and Ben Joyce, who I'm actually going to switch with Bo. Then we got Taylor Rogers and Caden Dana. We got a full bullpen, so we don't necessarily need Bachman up here, even though I do like him. Maybe for the playoffs. There's our closing pitcher. Does Bo need to be up here? Yeah, he has no more options. We've got Eiley, obviously. We're going to send Garver down. He can't go down. God dang it. We're going to release him then, because I don't want him on the big league roster. So we're going to have to sign some catchers. Jacques does not need to be up on the big league club. Not yet, at least. So we're going to call him down. Christian Campbell is going to be up. Richard Tuttle's actually going to play some AA baseball this year. Then we've got Theo Gillian's playing in AAA. I'd rather switch that around. So we have Gillen play AAA, and then Bobby Benedict play AA, because I think he could smoke some baseballs at AA. But Gillen's going to play some AAA baseball. Shortstop, left field, center field, right field. Okay. We have one spot, which needs to be a free agent catcher, I think. How much money do we have? Do we even have enough money? What are we working with here? Budget. Oh, we have $19 million. Perfect. So we can sign a couple of free agents just to fill some depth. So we need a backup catcher. It's going to have to be Salvador Perez, it looks like, because I think that could be pretty fun. So let's sign Salvi. Not on a 2-year deal. Just a little $4 million deal is fine. Get a backup catcher. We actually need some other catchers just to play minor league baseball. So let's go for Pedro Neves. I don't know how to say that name, but he's going to come play for us. And we need maybe Lamont Benjamin. Why not? Little William Chang action? No, probably not. But Tom Kuo. Sure. We certainly could use an extra first baseman, maybe a Jeffrey Escobar type. Maybe some second base action here. Kyle DeBarge. Let me take a quick look at the depth on the team first. So we've got some good catchers now. One of you has to go down to AA. It's going to be you. So we got some depth at catcher. We've got some depth at first base now. We've always had depth at second base. We got a little depth at third base. We could use some extra outfield depth, at least left field, center field. So let's look at those positions. Who do we got here that can be some depth? Giancarlo's a free agent now. That sucks. Who's got some decent potential? Here's a couple 26-year-olds. I'm looking for somebody that might have a little bit of a future on the team. Maybe a Milo. Ooh, Connie Jones is a contact machine. We might have to grab him just because. And then we go to center field. Is there going to be anybody in center field that has potential? Stuart Ham has good contact and good speed. I'll take that. Wait, Michael Jackson? He's alive? I think I got to sign him just because. I'll get Stuart Ham first because he was the fast guy, right? Yeah, he's the fast guy. We're signing Michael Jackson just for the name alone. And then we're going to sign a shortstop. Ryan Burrows. Ooh, he looks like a good defensive shortstop. What do we got here? Anybody else worth note? Milo Finley. Alfredo Madrano. Jose Sandoval. I kind of like that one guy. That one guy that we looked at was decent defensively. Milo's got good speed. Was it this guy? No, I don't remember who it was. Was it Angelo? It might have been Angelo. We can just get Kyron Paris back, I guess. You know what? Let's just sign Kyron Paris back. Although he wants a lot of money. Let's drop that down to maybe $2 million. All right, so we've got some nice depth now. Everybody's depth is looking good. And I think that's going to be the end of the episode. So when we get to next episode, we will obviously start year number 4 with opening day and everything like that. But this is what the team's going to look like. So the pitcher rotation will be Luis Gil, Bryce Miller, Jared Jones, Tanner Bybee, and Luis Castillo with Caden Dana, Taylor Rogers, Bo Brisky, I don't know how to say his name, Brisky, Rasmussen, Usaida, Karakin, Joyce, and Helsley in the bullpen. It's a loaded bullpen. Hopefully those guys pitch pretty well. And then the lineup will be O'Neal Cruz at center, Rengifo at second base, Devers at third, James Wood at left, Hoppe in center, or catcher. I just realized we didn't bring back Schwarber. Huh, okay. This must be first base, so that has to be Eiley Perez. Schonel looks like he's going to DH. We could make that John Kenzie. But John Kenzie's probably going to play some right field for me. Because Trout's not starting, I don't think. Maybe he should. You know what? Let's give Trout the start. If he starts to regress, if he continues to regress, we'll move him away from that. But that means that either Schonel or John Kenzie are going to DH. I think it makes more sense it to be Big Christmas. So we're going to have it like that. Hopefully, we're all counting on this man right here. He's already looks like a beast, and he's only 20 years old. So hopefully he develops. And then against lefties, they've already got Trout. They got Trout as the DH. Schonel's playing first. I want full-time Eiley at first base. Schonel is going to be on the bench. All right, perfect. We'll make it leadoff, second, third, four. I think I want... I don't think I want James Wood hitting fourth. I think I want him hitting fifth. I don't mind... I think I want John Kenzie hit fourth. We'll see if he can fit into that power role. Eiley hitting six is fine. Hoppe, Trout, Neto. And then we'll go with... against lefties... I'm fine with Hoppe hitting 8th. Trout hits 7. I kind of want to drop... Let's drop Luis Rengifo down to 7 here. Move James Wood up to the 2. No, Neto up to the 2. Neto's up to the 2. And then we have it like that. I think that's fine for lefties. And then for righties, this is what that is. So that is the team. That is the off season. We will simulate to opening day, and here we go. For the next episode, we will start year number 4 as the defending World Series champions. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.